Okay, what is up, guys? Cage here, back with another live stream, alright? Gonna analyze some charts, look at crypto, see if there's any opportunity laying around. Also gonna do the same with the NASDAQ, of course. I'm live, my brother. Literally just went live 20-30 seconds ago. It's fine, no one's in. I'm just gonna share the stream. Would you look at that? Hashtag crypto crash is trending. Then I'll use that tag for sure. Guys, I'm just gonna share the stream on the socials, and then I'm gonna go over into the technicals. Because since yesterday, I mean, a lot has happened now, so we do have a lot to talk about. Also with a lot of alts. I do not think there's too much to day trade yet, but it is forming for the next couple of days. Oh no. There's movement behind the door. There we go. Share the stream on Twitter. Share it in the Discord. If you guys are wondering, we do have a Discord and we are building a community, okay? With like-minded traders that are learning and wanting to learn the way that I trade. And it's really interesting to combine our powers as traders to make a whole, you know? Why fight alone if you can fight together? So I'm gonna put that link into the chat. For any of you guys that are watching the stream back or watching the stream right now that are interested in that, okay? Um, there we go, fix that. All right, let's get into Bitcoin because I've been going over Bitcoin literally every single day and I've been waiting for one of these scenarios. First of all, I was waiting for this extreme liquidity area to get taken out and maybe get a reaction up, or one of these situations right now where we took the range low once more. Okay, this is manipulation. It's taking everyone out that has been longing in that first move, and possibly for the market makers to take them out and take over their positions to then start pushing price up. It's not confirmed yet, but if we do see some strength here or some manipulation down here, that would be absolutely great for a higher time frame upside potential. We're not there yet, but it could form here, alright? We have been waiting for this for how long now? Since this has been forming, that is literally almost a month. So that's why patience pays off. We're not looking for any longs long term in here, because this was clearly just building up liquidity, just trapping a lot of people while the market is just bending and taking out the low. So great things has happened on Bitcoin now. Let's check this local bit of price action to see what's going on there. 30-minute time frame is interesting, because this was your biggest pull towards the upside before you lost this low to the left, and that's where you've made new lows from. So really, for that upside potential, we need to start breaking this high. This is going to be your first objective on Bitcoin for an order to switch bullish. Let's remove this one. And I also want to extend our range because it does not look clean with the whole line through the screen. There we go. Of course, we could still go lower. We have room all the way. Let's actually mark that out. There we go. All the way till 71k to get our manipulation in and that rotation towards the highs again to also maintain bullish. If we do go below that and we do start to close candles in this area, then we need a lot to form before I would switch bullish again. So first objective on the lower time frame is this high. Till then, we are still bearish. Of course, you also have local structure on the 50-minute. There we go. We have local structure on the 50-minute, which is this high towards a new low. So even on the 50-minute, if we started to gain this, we would still be bearish, because the 30-minute, the core of this whole move towards our new low, is this high right here. So what we're doing right now is actually liquidity hunting. We're taking out all the liquidity from this high, taking out the people that have shorted here, to then test something lower and maybe go over it again, or actually start to rotate bearish from here to create new lows. There we go. What I do like about Bitcoin in here is we are leaving all these highs open. That tells me there's not that much market maker involvement. It's just from a power perspective, we got a strong push up and we just took out some liquidity, which causes a lot of people to sell here, of course. What I do not like straight away as well is that we are building liquidity here. That also tells me we can come back to this low and maybe create some sort of range. Well, this being your low, this being your high, and actually deviating this low, possibly creating accumulations and market maker entries on Bitcoin. This would be an amazing great long, maybe even tapping to that green box, which would be amazing. This would be a setup I'm really down to take an extra percentage on. Let me put on some music here. There we go. Good possibilities on Bitcoin. I would not wanting to look for shorts here. Your shorts should have been up here while you still had liquidity to target. There is nothing really to target downside now. So I'm staying off the shorts for now. Even though shorts on some alts would look great, Bitcoin is pointing more up for me right now than down on a higher time frame perspective. So you need to be careful with shorts, because they can get invalidated today, maybe even tomorrow. So stay sharp with that. Then let's go over Ethereum. That's really interesting what we've done on Ethereum. We took out our monthly structure low on Ethereum. Okay, that means on the monthly time frame, this was our last pullback that brought us all the way up to new highs. From a technical perspective, that would also mean if you manage to keep that low, you could still expect that higher low for new highs. And we've just SFP'd it, so that's a really important level to pay attention to. We also have this little extreme daily order block that we have untouched. That's where we reacted from while grabbing this liquidity. So let's see on the local time frame in a bit if we can get some reaction from. We do not have to hold this because there still is an open block down here for me, which could be interesting in the long run, but we're holding this now, so I have this to the left for now. But I am keeping in mind there is something to test back if we go lower. So if Ethereum wants to give something from here, it has to be here. We just took out major liquidity. So let's check the lower time frame. I'm thinking it's not going to be any different really from Bitcoin. Maybe even a bit weaker. Yeah, for sure weaker. On the 50-minute, this was the pull that brought us to new lows. So first objective for Ethereum will be to start breaking this high to actually look at some upside even, because now it's not looking any upside. It's still if we keep that high, it's down until proven otherwise. All right, and that doesn't matter anything that happens between these two lines, we will stay bearish. I would be interested if we come back, deviate this low, get back in the range, build some liquidity, grab that low one more time, and then quickly start going up. This is market maker accumulation, right? So I would be interested in those situations. But it still has to form, so we need to wait patiently on Ethereum. That was Ethereum and Bitcoin. Let me go over the NASDAQ now, because I haven't checked that in a little bit. Of course, finding resistance on the NWAC. On the 1 hour, this is the low that locally brought you to new highs. So do you really want to stay bullish? You would have to protect this low, and you could still expect a rotation up to that high. But you have to remember, on the 1 hour, this is the pull that brought you to new lows. So everything that is happening between these 2 points is also internal, and we would remain bearish if we cannot break it. That doesn't mean you can get local scalps down here towards the upside, but you have to keep it in mind, of course. Oi oi, Sunsam brother, welcome to the stream, my man. How are you doing? Good to have you here again. Are you a bit shocked about what happened on Bitcoin, or are you panicking a bit, or are you just chilling? I just went over Bitcoin and Ethereum, so if you do want to check that, then you can replay back the stream. 50 minutes for NQ, we would have to hold this low. Good time, ETH short chilling. Yeah, it's down until proven otherwise. If we cannot gain structure on Ethereum, then you can just hold your short. And if we do start to gain structure, then I suggest you should de-risk your position. Or at least take some extra profits off the table. Nice, man. It's always good to have a trade running. Thank you watching for now. Yeah, I mean, if we could keep this low down here, we still could expect some relief bounces. Yes, we reacted from this, which is obvious, of course, but we also made new highs while doing it. So if we can manage to keep this low, then we are still fine. I'll close it soon. Yeah, it's up to you. It's whatever plan you'd sketched out for your position, right? So let's check actually this local picture if there's any SMTs. Yeah, really this bit for long. I would still be interested in a long, sure. Not right now, no. What we are doing is what I like, and that is we are leaving a bunch of liquidity on the highs. Alright, and that means for me, if we're leaving liquidity on the highs, that means we would have to grab liquidity from the bottom. The liquidity could be here. This is your pool that brought you all the way up to new highs. Nice tunes this morning, bro. Thank you, man. Yeah, for you, it's morning. For me, it's 2:30 right now. But yeah, I'm just chilling. Some NEMs on the background. It's giving me good vibes while analyzing. I'm a bit tired of just those standard beats in your ear, right? I'm trying to hear about that liquidity. ETH hits 1200 would be bottom, I pray. Well, if it's not the bottom, then so be it, right? Even if Ethereum is not gonna stay forever in crypto, then so be it. There's money to make on other pairs. And what do you mean about I'm trying to hear about that liquidity? Do you want to get a liquidity lesson? Uh, 1200 is possible, but holding support now aligns with Bitcoin. I do like it here. Liquidity lesson, alright. Alright, then I'll inject more of liquidity in the analyzing. I'm gonna do the couple of charts. So I'm gonna express more on the liquidity wise, okay? Why is the market dumping? It seeks liquidity from the bottom to then fill up positions and then rotate back to the highs. Trying to learn more about how you spot the liquidity areas. That's also where experience aligns, but also you have to look at it from is psychological aspect the right word? It could be a psychological aspect, because let's zoom a bit at this part here. Price trends up, taps here, goes up. Where is the liquidity on the lows? It's right here. We're in an uptrend, and people that have long this move have put their liquidity on the lows. Especially when you make equal lows, you attract more buyers. Do you find range first, then look for a lick, or the other way around? I honestly find a range first, and then the lick points are for me at really obvious points. For example, this is basically the range we had right here, where you have our low and while your high is confirmed right here. So even if you start doing these, yes, these are all liquidity points in your compressing, but most of the time the external points are your extreme liquidity points. So this is internal liquidity, this is internal liquidity, internal liquidity. But where's most of the liquidity? It's at your extremes. But you have to think it this way. Like if we zoom out, the market is dumping right now for one reason. Or this is just a dead project and it's going to zero and no one wants to invest in it anymore. Okay, or we need liquidity from the bottom for an order to fill up orders cheap and then push the price up and sell orders high. So what the market has done now, it took out a really interesting liquidity point. The market was downtrending and had a search for liquidity. Has the market reached its goal now by sweeping this liquidity? We don't know until we start getting rotations towards the highs again. Like if we start breaking this structure right here from this point, that would mean for me this downtrend is complete, and our search, our objective of this whole downtrend was to grab this liquidity. And the market will confirm if it has enough liquidity grabbed on the bottom. It will confirm that by breaking structure and starting this uptrend while building liquidity on the lows. What is building liquidity on the lows? That means we have to take liquidity from the highs till there's enough taken to then reverse towards the liquidity on the lows again. Vitalik had us going with ETH though. Now all these upgrades keep falling here. Yeah, I'm not really watching the fundamentals, brother. But I have heard Vitalik Vitalik has been releasing news, of course, yeah, update coming to Ethereum, but you have to remember, no matter a update, no matter a system update, yes, it is bullish, it is improving a system, but the market represents demand and supply, and if supply is higher than demand, you will dump. If demand is higher than supply, you will pump. And if you cannot see the difference in and you can reflect that back in the chart. Even if ETH is going to update now and it starts breaking structure towards highs, then you know, okay, demand is higher than supply and we can start searching for higher price action. But that's not the case. That uptrend is why I stay up at night, LMAO. I mean, I think you haven't slept for 4 months. A lot of people are saying we are in a bear market for 4 months now. It looks like on Ethereum though, because this is pretty much, it was a bear market low and we're back at it right now. So ETH is dying a bit. It has a lot to do for I don't see upgrades as bullish. I'm just confused how upgrades feel. Smartest people are working on this shit now. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't even want to think about it from that perspective because that makes me sad. People have learned whole their life for a certain skill, and if they execute that skill the wrong way, then you fail your job, right? Just as you say, Sun Sam. Well, guessing it's their problem. It's not affecting me in any sort of way, so I'm glad I don't have to use much brain cells for that. Bear sleep, I don't. Well, the bears didn't sleep at night, brother. They were active. And it created a sell-off. Yeah, that's pretty much buy the rumor, sell the news also. Most of the time you get that reaction prior to the upgrade happening, and then when the upgrade happens, then when you actually get that sell-off of that hype. Just as the yeah, let's look in the past here at Bitcoin. It's exactly the same. Of course, BlackRock has filed for an ETF down here, blah blah blah. It went up. And right here, they were really close to accepting it. That's why you saw this parabolic going up. But what happened as soon as the ETF got online? We dumped. And why? That is because you buy the rumor and people sell the news. And that's basically when the market goes for liquidity and then manipulates to then actually just expand up so much. So that's basically my view on the updates. You mean stacks? STX stacks? STX was supposed to be amazing. It could have been. We did what we had to do until we didn't do it anymore. Swept this low. That's when you saw opportunity, and the opportunity gave you a 2x. That's when you should take profit. But when you you know, start breaking structure towards the downside, then it's gone. Man, I don't care about fundamentals of a freaking project. I really don't. Not anymore, at least. I don't care how warm they are gonna make everyone about certain projects. I don't freaking care about the fundamentals anymore. I just look at the price, because price tells you the demand and supply, and demand is key, because if there is no demand, the price will not go up. Look at this, there's no demand for this freaking coin. It's down until proven otherwise. It's made to go towards this low now. This is no strength. So yeah, I'm really staying off the fundamentals. Yeah, sure, brother. You can be yeah, brother, liquidity is the way. It's like I said, I don't care what a chart has to, or what a fundamental has to offer. If the chart does not look great, you will just keep on dumping. Technicals are really the key of reading this. And news events are just a way to accelerate things to and do things that price already intended or wanted to do. Technicals don't lie, brother. I've been using it for 2-3 years now. It doesn't lie. It does not. Get this interesting. Like once again, liquidity. Market is exhausting. Market is exhausting by this whole up move. What is it doing? It is seeking liquidity. It takes out that liquidity. Okay, retail people gone. Take over a bit of their positions, and then get the volume back into the market. And it's literally how the market moves. It's liquidity. Why and how does a market move? The answer is liquidity. It's right up there with the importance of market structure. It's right up there. If you understand market structure and if you understand liquidity, you can become a profitable trader and you can earn some stakes with that. Yeah, man. For me, technicals have always been the way. I'll be eating steaks. If today I make a good trade, then I'll buy a steak with that trade. In the meantime, let's start to continue analyze a few charts. Because some of them were actually showing... you're looking at PLTR? I can. This was strong, right? But then again, look at what we built here. Yes, we were strong with this bottom. We grabbed liquidity on this bottom to then move towards the opposite side. But I guess that's just to get a manipulation leg in and expand towards the downside. So what was the goal of this whole up move? It was to either test this gap right here or just grab this liquidity to then reverse price. And as soon as we grab this liquidity, that's when we started moving towards these lows, because these were there for taking. PLTR, let's remove this. I do want to look at PLTR from this perspective, this range perspective, possible, where we could have this range and we could have our first market maker signal at the bottom. But look at the pre-market. Pre-market is down bad, so I am not expecting this to hold. We do have room till pretty much where the pre-market is at now. But we'll have to stroll back up from here, take out a bunch of that liquidity, then actually start moving. Just the thing I always look for, the accumulation of market makers. The market makers are accumulating the orders to then pushing price up. Yeah, just because the midnight open was so terrific, almost a freaking limit down. We are getting some relief now though. Let me put some alerts on NQ by the way, because it was looking interesting. Then let's continue with PLTR. I'm not interested in anything without an SMT here. I actually have a, how do you say that in English, a hiccup? I think it's a hiccup that's really annoying while talking and streaming. Excuse me. That's so annoying. Hope it will go by in a second. But PLTR, it is still the same for me. Hold your breath for 30 seconds. Trying to assassinate me on stream, huh? No, I'll do that in a second, okay? It might be gone even now, so that would be the quickest one I ever had. So. 3-day, is it weekly also? Not perfect, but it's okay. 3-day structure. If we manage to keep this low on the higher time frame, we could still expect rotation towards that high if the local time frame confirms though. So higher time frame, it's not even looking that bad for PLTR yet, but we'll have to hold here. And by the way, soon Sam, and also for all the other people that are watching, I have just uploaded a video. There we go, a video about the NASDAQ right here. Well, I'll go short and quickly look at the technicals. It's just a 4 to 5 minute video going over the technicals on NASDAQ, what I want to see. And if you follow those things, then we could still expect a bit lower on PLTR as well, as on every other stock. I am expecting a bit lower. Nvidia is great. Hit our technical targets. I mean, I've been calling it since price was freaking here. Technical target is $90. And that's also when you can start expecting some relief. So that's great. You really do not want to go any lower than this on Nvidia. You want your manipulation to be down here. If we do go below this low, it's really weak. And I'm not sure what will happen then with Nvidia. So this is basically your manipulation box on Nvidia. Hit the 2 on fib range today, or Tom. Some, I think you mean, but hit the 2 on fib range today. I'm not sure what fib range you are talking about then, but when refers, not sure what you mean by that. If you mean when is this price gonna reverse, well, that's really simple. If we do sweep this low, which is at pre-market, which is great, we have swept it when market opens, of course, unless we can still go up here, but we need to sweep this. All the liquidity below this low is not swept yet. That is because the market is still closed. It will open in a 45 minutes though. Oh yeah, you set those fib points for targets, but from where are you drawing that range? Because this is pretty much my range starting point, low, but that is from a range perspective where you have this distribution at the highs and get a rotation towards this low. But like I said, we need the pre-market to open below this so the stop losses do get hit. And then what we could do is possibly accumulate from here. And then I am ready to buy some Nvidia. But we need that strength from the market first, for sure. Yeah. Nvidia X, well, Nvidia leverage. If we do get what we've just drawn, then I'm full boarding. No financial advice. Nah, I'm kidding. But then this would really be great, because then the whole purpose to just get that distribution at the highs was to start to accumulate orders here, which would be insanely bullish. So let's see and wait and find out if that happens. I haven't checked the dominance in a while. That's bad on my part, because it tells a lot about the current state of the crypto markets. We did break through this supply, huh? And we've swept pretty much almost all the internal liquidity. This is scary. I do want to check something. I've been searching for this button a while where you split the chart in two. And
you want to have them next to each other?
No, not next to them. Pretty much in each other.
Oh, that is there's a compare button. Oh, that's the plus button next to where the ticker is on the top left of your screen. Then you can compare symbols.
Plus button where the ticker. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Thanks.
Okay.
Jesus. Okay. That was the chart smith for you, Soon Sam. You're getting a heart from Soot Sam.
Beautiful, thank you, Sam.
No, you cannot call him Sam. No. I made an
No?
agreement with him.
Oh no.
I'm only gonna call him Sam when alt season starts.
Oh shit, I jinxed it.
So,
Sorry soon, Sam. Sorry.
and it's nowhere near, so.
Nope. Well, maybe this was the trigger for the market. Hey.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I'm pretty much trying to. It's our first time forgiveness. Yeah, I warned him about it quickly though. There we go. I think it's the best like this. When USDT dominance was right here, we did create that top on Bitcoin, and now we're pumping. People are getting more liquid, and that's also what we're seeing on Bitcoin. They're selling their bags now. But what's really important is this level right here where we're at right now. This is going to be important, because if we do break through, then it's going to be scary what Bitcoin does. Or that could mean that all of the liquidity from the alts is going to disappear, rotate into Bitcoin, so Bitcoin can hold price here and then move up. Or this. And we do not want to see that. But if it happens, it happens, right? I'm not in any spots, so I'm good with everything as long as I can take some trades. Bro, if that happens, that would be crazy, man. This was the bull run. Could be the case. You never know until it happens, right? Don't think it will happen personally, but not how the chart is looking on Bitcoin now, because it's looking okay. But then again, that's the scary thing with that's the why is this chart like this now? It's really annoying. There we go. That's the scary thing with Bitcoin. A lot of chats will become rich. Yeah, chats. It's true. What I don't like about USDT dominance and why this could happen. If I look at this chart, like any normal other chart, and yes, technicals do work on this chart, we have never broken our monthly structure on USDT dominance. And yes, of course, the cash flow in crypto is rising the whole time, but we never managed to break that monthly structure, and we also got a liquidity hunt from this low, which is a market maker signal down here that people are selling their bags. And looking at this technical wise, if we managed to, this pullback brought us to new lows, and we're still holding that pullback right now. So if we do start to break above here, then it is really scary for the crypto market. We are at some crucial points right now for sure, man. Let's check this out. Valid and valid. This perfectly aligns with Bitcoin itself, and that is what I do like this. Yeah. If Bitcoin or USDT dominance managed to break back inside of this range and retest that range, and then starting to move down while also breaking structure right here, and we can go towards this level right here, then we could easily see a 100k Bitcoin again. And this also perfectly aligns with Bitcoin itself. So yeah, that would be actually amazing. It's like I said, it's not looking that bad, but this is the place you want to do it from. If we do not do it from this range we created, then there's a possibility we could enter the bear market. You closed your ETH short position. Okay. Are we getting some relief bounces then? Oh yeah, we are. Your long is hit at 1500. Interesting choice. I don't know about relief, just scalping. Well, if we do come above this high, you can place your stops at break even right there, because then you just want to continue this trend and start to target highs up here. For the rest, it would have definitely not been my entry. If you wanted to step in ETH, this was your chance right here, man. Those dead cat pounces gave me PTSD. Yeah, that's the whole time. But then again, you need pullbacks for in order to continue your trend. It's the same way when pumping, right? You need those little pullbacks towards the downside to keep on pumping. And that's exactly also the other way around. But if you're a bull, then you stepped in at 1420, you little sniper. Damn for you. What time was it for you then? You're a bearish bull, okay. 5 AM, damn bruv. Let's actually start analyzing. Let's actually go quickly over a few alts again, because on the high time frame there's really nothing to see. I do want to go over quickly a few low time frames, see if any ranges has created, and if I can take any trades today. So let's quickly go over them. New York opens in 30 minutes, yeah. That's also when I'm gonna end the stream, because then the chartsmith will go live, I think. He should. So, yeah. And then, of course, I'll be there on his stream as well. Yeah, just switching it around, trying to build something, right? Yeah, let's quickly scout through these. This was unfortunate, I think, on Sui, because this would have been such a good scenario, but then again, we didn't get any local confirmation of this happening, right? So yeah, sad to see, but it is what it is. We are seeing some relief now, though. Was good to me January through Feb. It has been dumping since, or do you mean last year? Not this year. Because obviously last year it has made that good run. Let's actually change this range here. Maybe this has changed because I also need to start changing perspectives, of course, and not stick to one vision too long. And that is also by reanalyzing last year. Yeah, last year was pumping, brother. So if we actually start to look at the daily time frame, I would draw my range in differently now. Because this is valid, deviated. Then would you look at that? This is still valid. Yeah, bro, we could see some relief, of course, according to the moon cycles as well. You already know. Skip this song, don't like it. So, yeah, this still could be okay. The only thing I do not like is the way we absolutely came down here. We smashed through it. And right here, yeah, there is a bit of liquidity. But what we would have to do here is something like this. Let me draw it in. We would have to get back into the range, test our supply. And if we do test that supply, then we do have that good liquidity trill. Then we have this high, this high, this high, this high, and of course this high, and then all the way up here. It's all connected. It is. As well as this supply chain as the moon phases, right? If you look at the charts according to the moon phase, we're gonna go up. If I do look at the chart, yes, there are still a few things that needs to happen in order to get that rotations up, but it's starting to form, right? It's not that bad. Same thing on Sui. I want to see here. I want us to go up, test our supply, creating more liquidity, trending down, testing something strong, then send it towards 95k. I don't like that. Yeah, that would be great. And if not, we still have some time to stribble down here, test this demand block, then break structure, and absolutely start ripping. Multiple scenarios that can switch into Bitcoin into bullish here. Yeah, it's not bad, man. It's no panic for me. This was all part of the plan. Now let's see if Bitcoin wants this plan to be executed. Could see a green day. It's always that way when we sweep a bunch of liquidity. Or it's going to be consolidation day. Or it's going to be relief bounce day. You know anything about the M2 money supply? No, but I am reading it right now. Okay. Now I know what the M2 money supply is. If that also aligns with things like the Bitcoin, well, then you do have a lot of confluences for a certain asset that's gonna go up. It doesn't mean it's gonna go up, but it increases your odds, right? That's what this game is. It's an odds game. Instead of 60%, you could now be 70% right. But you're never 100% right. Never. You never know what's gonna happen until it happens. Green till Wednesday. Yeah. Could be the case, brother. See if CRV hit our point of interest. It did not, unfortunately. Still waiting here. Once again, quickly scout through these. CAS is actually up. Okay. Change my perspective on CAS. Huge daily range. Some outdated charts. Some new things been happening here. Gold is falling, is it? I've talked about it with my mentor this morning. It feels like a lot of, like, everything is coming down. A lot of people are panicking and they're going liquid. They're gonna hold cash because they're uncertain about what the market is gonna do. Beforehand, what was happening is Bitcoin was dropping and stocks were dropping, NQ, you know, and the money was gonna go to gold, which also why we see this crazy expansion. But what is happening right now is aggressive selling. So this could be people are gonna get liquid because no other asset is really going up from here. People are getting more liquid because they're scared of what's gonna happen next in the world. Maybe wars, you know, we don't know. Yes, this is a great place for gold to start rotating back up, but this is the part on the higher time frame that brought us towards new lows, and this is aggressive selling, right? So we need to be careful of that. Even though we swept such a good part, this is really aggressive selling. So watch out with investing in gold now. These were times to invest. A goat will fart somewhere and a war could start. 100%, man. It's so crazy how fucked up everyone is with their temper. Also the world countries. Freaking stupid idiots on threads. Let's remove those words out of my mouth I just said, or else my channel will get banned, okay? Just burn all of the world leaders. Except Trump, he's actually a smart guy. So many wars they had to start trade war, yeah. The man cannot go with just peace, fully peace. Humans are not made for just fully peace. They're not. This is actually crazy because if we look at the weekly and 3-day structure, this is not actually structure. We would have to come back into this area on gold to actually make this new high, come back, create this higher low, and rotate back towards that high again. Trump is a smart guy. He'll get he wouldn't get easily influenced by people around him that fast. But yeah, we'll have to see, you know, it's we cannot change anything about it, so just have to wait and see. Yeah, there's nothing really at the pairs I am watching here. I don't know, Elon came out of nowhere. Yeah, because Elon saw the truth. And he started following the truth. But you're right, he did come out of nowhere, but more French president than Feds. Yeah, true that though. True that. But we'll have to see and find out. I mean, we are not gonna influence those people, so let's see, man. Yeah, I'm not sure what he did with Greenland, but I'll see that in a bit. I'll look it up after the stream. We the people influence. If you mean that we are the people that could influence as well, I'll have to gain more than 300 subscribers. So if I want to influence people. But if I do influence people, I do not want to do it on a political way. I can always tell my opinion about certain political things, but would not like to talk about it. Some sensitive subject for a lot of people. For me, it's not. I can openly talk about it, no problem, without getting mad or anything. For me, it's only technicals, brother. It's what I do, it's what I'm trained to do, and it is what I can do best. See if we could make this change of character here. We actually do have our first one here. Keep our facts straight, and we did bounce off this really aggressively. Do have our little demand block open here that also makes this great liquidity. Then let's remove this out of the chart. We are V-shaping up. This is strong, right? We just took out this low to the left. And if we do draw a line here, this beautifully combines with this zone I've drawn in here. So this would be point of interest for local scalps towards the upside on CAS. And you know, this could also extend in a model, because we do have the deviation, we do have the V-shape up, we do have the change of character. So let's see if we can start doing something like this, accumulate. Would be great. Great scenario. Same on Doge. This is with a lot of charts the case now, I see. Where you just have this range where you took out the low and you're trying to get back into that range. And some charts do it better than others, while CAS being a really clear one. I never bought CAS, no, me neither. Was such a hype. I don't understand how this price action can be a hype. This. You have to do some research. Well, if you do the research, then make sure to drop it into the Discord. If you want, of course. I'll get more active on Discord. I see more people coming in. Yeah, there are people that are interested. They're actually fascinated by the way I do trades, and I think that's a good thing, because I wouldn't say I'm the only really objective analyzer that is here, because I do know a lot of people that are as well. But compared to some other commercial YouTubers, you know, I do think I spit way more value than them. I look at the price action, and the price action tells way more than oh, we have an upwards channel. No, that I do think the way I'm analyzing is sharing a lot of positivities, and that is also why we see people joining the Discord, right? Because they agree with the things I say, and that's why they take the time to actually make an account on Discord, or if they have an account, join the Discord. And that's absolutely great to see. I'm really happy about that. Actually, I do have this drawn in, right, on the small time frame. If this 4-hour candle closes, we could have something interesting. We have this 4-hour block with the imbalance above. We could actually get a pullback in here and do something like this. That would be amazing, man. I must say this stream was I wouldn't say dead, because my brother Soon Sam's always here. Love it, absolutely love it. But normally a lot of people have been joining the stream lately and have been talking with us on the stream. But I guess they're scared of you now, Soon Sam. That you're sucking up all the attention. Lol. I mean, you're gone during the week, yeah, okay. Well, we haven't really seen other people come in and talk, right? I mean, I can share the stats of the stream. We have 11 people came into the stream today, which of course, one being you, Soon Sam, one being me, one being my buddy. You type a lot to start conversations. Yeah, you do. But we do share a lot of perspectives, I think, and I love to share my perspective on certain things. And apparently you appreciate me sharing those perspectives and talking about the way that I do. I went through most crypto and stock YouTubers can't fake being a profitable trader. Well, you can easily start seeing it on the screen, right? The way someone analyzes, the way someone talks about the market. Do they have the experience or do they not? It's a really easy question to answer and actually to identify. And as a trader yourself, you can easily identify that in other people. Let's check out this coin for you. Well, that didn't go well. Bro, for real. Everyone literally always talks about the news event. Oh, BlackRock decided to sell BlackRock decided to sell 50,000 bitcoins or something. And that's the cost of that dump. No, that's not the cost of the dump. The cost of this dump is we were building liquidity down here. we did not have enough liquidity to break our structure that was pointing down, so we just kept following our order flow. Like, for every movement in the market, there is just a simple explanation for it. Quickly check this again. I think ES have made that SMT, yeah, and we did get that bounce off it.
Oh my.
The ETF news are getting overrated. Yeah, you can just see it in the chart if a lot of big people are stepping into the market. So no point really looking at the ETF inflows and outflows anymore. Really no point. What is interesting is, of course, the total numbers of inflows and the total numbers of outflows, but not on particular days or anything. It doesn't change anything. I just heard Ladem is done with the video.
Bruh, it was a battle. Oh my god.
Are you just now done?
No, I edited and everything, but I had to re-record it 4 times. It was so bad, and I'm not even satisfied right now. But okay, I'm never satisfied. So
then you're gonna have a fun time streaming in a second.
Well, I'm warmed up right now. I warmed up my English, bro. Oh. Yeah, it wasn't so difficult to talk about it, but Chartsmith made him. I don't think it's a. I will always be aiming for that masterpiece, but probably I will never think it's a masterpiece. Maybe you will. I hope you will, but I will upload it probably after the live stream. It's rendering right now. And Q is compressing a bit, I see.
Yeah, and trade. Michelangelo had the same problem. What problem are you talking about?
Always aiming for the best when you maybe can do better.
Yeah, but I don't know what Michelangelo is. It sounds like a familiar name, but oh, there we go. He's an Italian sculptor and painter. Oh yeah, he has been rough time seeing on this picture. Yeah, he had been through some shit.
He's been some true stuff.
He's been in the streets, all right. Yeah, I barely mess up these days on recording a video, man. It's just I press the record button and I just talk and it's freaking done. It goes Jesus, Da Vinci, then Michael. Bitcoin dominance.
Yeah, I just when I'm recording the video and I'm editing it, I'm finding those flaws I don't want in the video, and then I just will have to re-record it, or I missed something. Yeah, I'm just a perfectionist, unfortunately.
It's secondhand for you, Cage. Yeah, true, but that didn't also come by itself, of course. I mean, look at how many times I went live. Look at how many videos I've already uploaded. Look at how many shorts I've uploaded. And that's why I'm practicing my English. And of course, I did have a good starting basis. I was a gamer in the past. Talked English with a lot of guys on Minecraft. So, you know, we have those pasts.
The good old times, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I always had a bit of a thing for English.
Frozen. I'm gonna prepare my live stream real quick.
You go ahead and do that. I'll hop in a bit, in a second. Corey Haram, good morning all. Welcome to the stream again, brother. Yesterday I read a quote, it takes 20 years to become overnight success. Well, overnight success, well, I guess if it takes 20 years to become overnight success, it took 20 years to become a success, if I read it like this. How are you doing, Corey? Have you taken any trades this week? What do you think of the market state now? On NQ we are compressing now. We created this high. We are making these lower highs and right now we're making higher lows. So the market hasn't really decided which direction it wants to go yet. A lot of people will also call this a compression. Or this is a compression. But also from a... Let's remove this alert here. It's SMT. Compressing like this. And for me there's only two ways to play this compression. That is to straighten out these lines and draw into things. There we go. And there we go. Take out one side of the liquidity and see if it reacts so we can trade to the other side. Or take this side out of the liquidity and then trade towards the other side of the liquidity. Just took out the low now though, no SMT, and then I do think this was just creating more buyers, because what happens as soon as you come above a high, you create buyers into the market. And where are those buyers going to be? Those buyers are going to be below this low. So that just creates more liquidity below these lows, so that makes it also more interesting to come towards this low or come towards this low, take out that low, and then start reversing price towards the liquidity, because we have left open our extreme liquidity. The only other YouTuber stocks in crypto and watches Traders Reality. Check him out. I think I follow him on Twitter. Let me check it out, okay? Oh yeah, he's live right now. I am, yeah. Don't like this song. Yeah, he does a lot of fundamentals, I see. I'm not sure, I don't know anything about his technicals, but fundamental wise, I mean, if you do the research, then you're always going to be strong fundamental, right? You're always going to be stronger than the one that doesn't do fundamental research. By the way, Chartsmith, you can go live. I'm gonna wrap up the stream and then I'll call you.
Yeah. Okay. I will just yeah, and then I will leave the stream.
Or
this call.
Yeah.
Or you can just mute yourself, unmute.
Yeah, I'll do it.
That's fine.
I'll do it.
Well.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Perfect.
Chartsmith gone. Okay. Guys, welcome everyone to the stream. If you're new here, then tell me who you are. Are you a trader? Why you're watching me? Are you interested in the NASDAQ? Are you interested in some crypto coins? I can do a technical analysis on the coin for you if you want. I can show you my perspective on that coin. Corey, if you're still in here, then how has your trading week been? Fundamentalists are always called bearish. If the time is right, if the price is high, then they are bullish, and if the price is low, they are bearish. I'm locked out for the day, here for the education. Okay. Is there anything you want to see? If you are you having trouble with certain things, or can I help you with anything? Because I am gonna end the stream in a bit, and then we are gonna continue the stream on my mate's channel. He's also in the Discord I am in, and yes, we do have a Discord. If you do want to join that, then I would appreciate it. We are trying to build up a community, just helping people out, and it's absolutely free. So you can always take a look, right? It can never hurt. So let me grab up that link. Or shared it. Can you peep Q U B T? Oops, let's not show that. Q U B T. RQ. I am guessing you're calling this stock. Yeah, okay, let's get into that. Oh my, what has happened here? Crazy. Bro, and this is listed on the NASDAQ. That's crazy. What? Okay, I do not want to use this price information. Looks like we never want to go back there again, so let's just zoom in here. Well, this is trust unworthy. You do know how to find them. Because out of nowhere we just started pumping. Maybe this has something to do with fundamental things. I do think it has to do with something fundamental, because a stock doesn't just pump like this and goes back down, pumps like this and goes all the way back down till there's almost no volume, I think. Yeah, during crash it stayed up, but still, brother, what is staying up for you? Because this looks so weird to me. Unless you do know what this is fundamentally. I am watching on the monthly, of course. I do have to remember that. Because it just starts pumping out of nowhere with no absolutely build up. No, you're just dying, and then it's like a big party comes in, buys, FOMO pops in, and they're gonna sell their bags and make easy money. That's how this feels like. Just fake pumps. But if we do have to analyze this technical, well, I do know stocks do love support and resistance, and that's why it is really important in stocks. I don't use it that often in any other asset classes, but in stocks they do get respected a lot, and that's why I like to use it in stocks as well. Option plays, look for the out. Okay. Also, if we look at it structure-wise, you got this push up that made us towards new lows. And did we ever break that? No, we did not. So my main goal for this stock is still go towards new lows. And also, this is what brought us up to new highs. We tested that and we failed to make new highs from there. This failed to create new highs for us, and so we made new lows from there. So I am just thinking this is going to go for new lows, and I wouldn't particularly say that this is going to offer us extra support. No, I don't see any opportunity here, okay? I do not. We would, you know, we gotta push up. We would have to hold here, then push up again, and then maybe get a retest at this support resistance because it gets respected a lot, to then try and trade it towards this gap. But or else there's nothing, nothing here for me. New York Open, yeah. I did change my title into New York Open. But, I do have to end the stream in a bit, and then I'll join my mates. So I checked out the last stock I wanted to do for you. Then let's check this out. It looks so little volume, NQ, but you have to remember the London we did. Like, look at this, 1500 ticks, brother. For this London, this Asia, that's so huge. So I am expecting New York to not be that volatile because of these sessions have been absolutely huge. Alright. I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you everyone for watching. Soon Sam, once again, thank you for being here, buddy. If you have anything to share, then I would advise you to do so in the Discord. And if not, then I'll definitely check you in the next coming streams. Brother, I'll see you in the next one, Soon Sam. Appreciate you. See ya.
But she's so bad. Nails done, hair done, feet done. I came through sweet, top clean run. Rivalry, I don't see none.